Hi, Luminaires. How are you doing? Thank you so much for being here. Happy Friday. Yeah, Friday. Oh, Christy says Venus and I both thank you and Emily first for the powerful healing we found where the poison salt was coming from and enjoying adding more sugar. My family owes you so much. Thank you. Wow, Christy, my goodness, you are so welcome. Thank you for that acknowledgement. I really enjoyed that healing we did last week. Was it last week? It feels like so long ago. It knocked me off my socks. I felt like I was high all weekend. I, I want to do it again. In fact, a wonderful friend and healer, Rod Bravo, reached out and said, why don't we get a few people together? And we reached out to Janet Raftis, and we're going to reach out to a few other healers and say, do you want to join us? We're going to do 30-minute multiple healing, for one ticket. It's just awesome. Kiara, here we are. Shelly, the channeling you did the other day was really great. Too bad you couldn't have been present. Yeah, I was not present. I would have loved that. Which makes me ask, which one is it? Because we do so much during the week. Kara, you like my Jedi mom? Thank you to Genevieve. She sent this to me. It's a force to be reckoned with. I love it. It's a comfortable Friday wear. Not all mediums wear high heels, guys. Um, Juliana says, Happy Friday. Hi, Andrea Brum or Brame. Wendy Nelson, it's good to see you. Hi, Lynn. I'm so happy all of you are here. So I was wondering, I've got some angel cards in a bag. Just want you guys all just to take a deep breath and focus in on this bag here in Atlanta, Georgia, hanging out in Midtown. All right, I can feel you in here. We're going to draw a card together for our day, our relationships together as we're sharing. Because as you know, energy-centric people, we are all connected in one. Ooh, one is sticking to me. Won't let go. Tenderness. Oh, it's not even focusing on it. Tenderness. It's so sweet. This is what we're going to provide today. A little bit of tenderness. I think other words that resonate well with this would be kindness, a softness. Yeah. Amy G says, question. You had quite a year in 2020. How did you feel about the form your business is taking? It's very insightful, Amy G. I swing on the pendulum from back and forth. 2020 was devastating in that I had to let go of what I had been physically building and putting my man hours into, woman hours into, and close the doors to physical space and to community. So that hit really hard. But being online and having you guys show up and be here, that has been really helpful to me. I like the way the business is heading. I like creating content. And so I guess now, rather than having a hammer in my hand and building space for you to be, I'm building content to share with you guys online. So it's balancing out. Some of me says, oh, I hope later on, I'll be able to have a physical space again. And then the other part of me is like, no, too tired, it's gone. So we'll see. It's really sweet to ask. Very good about inquiring where you guys are and how you're processing your energy and your time. And maybe not so good at sharing where I'm coming from. I also have a tarot deck. So we're going to do a 3-card spread on our tenderness. We're just going to see what that says, and I'm going to focus on today, this Friday. The deck I'm using is Quick and Easy. I'm doing this for those of you maybe who are like, I dig tarot, but I could never read it myself. I mean, it's so bizarre. I just don't understand it. Quick and easy tarot is just that, quick and easy. It actually has the meanings on the card itself. Look at that. No guesswork, guys. It has the positive meaning or the upright meaning, the favorable, and then it has the negative or upside down or unfavorable meaning, which often is not negative at all. Shelly Ham, how do you know I never wear shoes? I don't wear shoes. I'm barefoot right now. Oh gosh, the thing just jumped. I wanted to read a little bit. Shannon says, Jamie and Spirit Team, I've started seeing subtle light energy in my body, especially around me and crystals too. Thank you for your classes. Really grateful. Shannon, celebrate. Yeah. Celebrate these small, beautiful wins. Oh my goodness. There's nothing small about this, by the way. But just saying, it's at the beginning. Often we see the beginning as small, and then the more we practice it, it gets bigger and bigger. Hence why I use the word, this is fantastic. It sounds like this is something that you really wanted. Barrett's agreeing that virtual works well these days. And Amy says, I love that you're online. You're more accessible to all of us, though I really look forward to meeting you in person. And I really look forward to meeting you in person. I'm getting geared up. I'm talking with Dr. Sarah Wild about doing a retreat in Machu Picchu in 2022. What do you think about that? Maybe we can all meet in Machu Picchu? Just saying. Barrett, maybe you can weigh in on some of these cards that we're about to lay. I'm thinking about each and every one of you that's joining today. We drew a card together, tenderness. We're going to just show a little bit of how we are all connected energetically. I'm shuffling until I feel like my hands are full. Carrie Birdsley sharing how she's been emotional today a lot. I know a few others out there that have been having a very thin emotional day. To you, I send my love. And to those of you who are feeling strong, it's interesting. We get an opportunity to come to this life and take on whatever it is handing us. Jamie, are you thinking of doing a second trans-channeling series? Yes, I am. I think I'm going to start it in August so that you'll be done by Thanksgiving. And I'm going to just put the part 1 and part 2 straight together. So if you missed the live version, which you can totally do the recording, but if you're like me, recordings are great, but I'm like, I'd rather like the live. The live is going to start up in August. Maitland and Grace will be at the retreat, and they don't need a passport. Here we go. 3-card spread right off the top. I feel like I'm done shuffling. Look at that, an emotional day. Our 3-card spread is first and foremost, which is what we have. This is the Page of Pentacles. So you tarot people, get your heads on. I'd like to hear from you. It's great because we get to do this together. The Tower, which is inverted, is the second card in the 3rd card layout. And then the 3rd card in an upright is the King of Cups. Talk about some emotions. Juliana says, I'll be there. Kiara says, cool. God, I'd love to see you. You know, just straight over from Italy, right to Machu Picchu. Peru 22. Christy, she's like, I'm in. I think that's about the time we're going to be able to travel and just kind of shift up from where we are. It's crazy how we've been told to be so physically still, like grabbed and held down into the ground, but yet our vibrational bodies are bigger than ever. Like they're just vibrating and they're so big. I just feel like we're kind of about to burst and coming up and away, getting unrooted, and then being able to use all that high vibrational energy in your orbit that you've been studying and expanding on. I mean, somebody needs to be out there laying out the cards of like, oh my gosh, what's happening with humanity? JJ Lady wants to go to Machu Picchu. I'm working on it. As soon as I get those dates down, I am putting that out for you guys because I need it. We all need it. I'm scrolling through. Hey, Amora. Oh, watching two little songbirds and burst out crying because I love animals so much and wanted to squeeze them because they're so freaking adorable and cute, right? I cried this morning reading a post of somebody needing to rehome their two cats because they're moving to Melbourne, Australia, and they can't take them with them. And one looks like my Umi cat, who I still have little leads or acknowledgement on. And I was like, whoa, I could just feel like everything welling up. It's a very thin emotional day. It's the King of Cups. Barrett says, people are so scared the Tower or the Death card, but change rocks. Yes, and it's upside down. So we just did a 3-card layout. You could do that as the past, present, the future. You could do this as where you are, what you want, where you're going. I mean, there's so many ways that we could look at this. So I like to look at the first card, the Page of Pentacles, just right where we are. Nothing more to it. I want your opinions on what the Page of Pentacles is. The Page, the Pentacles being wealth. I'm waiting on Barrett. He's ready to shine. It's a lot of loyalty. It's a lot of honesty, openness to self. It could also be seen as the beginning of wealth, ownership. It's respect. We're in a place where we think before we react, kind of just like what I was saying. It's so amazing how the last year has told us to stay still. And now all of a sudden, this belief as what we're contributing as humans is being so fluid, travel, go here, go there, very loose with roots. All of a sudden we have these roots. And now we were told in the stillness we weren't told, but it's what we took with it, to look at your neighbor again, to open up, to create a bigger bond with others, creating a mass consciousness, raising our vibration, and sensitives out there, highly sensitive people, empathics. I know you're there, Luminaires. I know you guys have been feeling the shifts, like emotions that aren't yours. And so here we are, really rooted, and the gates are about to open where we can figure out where we're going, who we're going to be. Now you have a strong anchor, and you're carrying really high vibrations from this mass awareness. We're getting unified on Earth, and it feels so good. And we're not missing the point of how important home is. Our family, our children, our neighbors, how important relationships are. If the quarantine taught us anything, this was first and foremost. And what's come from it, which we might call negative or bad, but it is a lot of change. And it was upside down Tower. Yeah, Amora says the Pentacle can also represent the doctor, the healer in the deck. He's the harvest, the manifester. Yay, Shannon. Yes, who you're going to be in the earthly existence, the Pentacles, setting up structures for stability. This is where we are. This is what we're doing. Oh, I love you guys putting in. A little freaky sometimes, says JJ, being open these days. It was awesome. Bear's even seeing more. Who else? If you like today's video, please like it and give it a thumbs up and share. It really helps Jamie reach more people with this important content. Colleen, you rock. Thank you so much for doing that. Don says the general tarot question for anyone. Can you use questions that is built into the Oracle deck with tarot cards? Yes, you can. So let's look at the reverse. Did I do it upside down? No, sorry, upside down. Reverse tower. It's, Barrett says, the internal and emotional change, which is what's being asked of us. You know, we're creating this new way of living, not forgetting where our roots are, not ditching our relationships to do self-discovery, not feeling that they're in our ways or not important. Bella, welcome to Luma Light, Bella. Yay! Oh my God, that picture is priceless. That is so awesome. KDP, to quote Maitland, thumbs up, silly pups. She said that? That's so funny. Oh my God. Yay, Bella. The Luminaire community. You'll get to join us for our book club. We're reading The Surrender Experiment right now with Michael Singer, and you'll get to enjoy all the meditations, the monthly energy updates. It's really awesome. Or the monthly energy updates are the next level, the Evolve, and Luma Centered. You get all of that. Plus, we do a Q&A where you can come in and just directly talk to Grace and Maitland. Barrett, yes. Upside down tower. We're going to rebuild in the way that we like. So at the beginning, I had all of you breathe and focus into a bag, and we drew an angel card based on tenderness. And for the Luminaire community, I did a 3-card layout. The first card being Page of Pentacles. And we talked about him. If you didn't see it, you can watch the video. And then we're working on the upside down tower. So this is where we're going, or what we're going to use to get where we need to go. And I love it because the tower says that you will cause your own problems. Your freedom is threatened. You feel like you have no choice. You may be accused falsely, like a loss of job, pride, prestige, disaster, and the accompanying unnecessary suffering could have been avoided. Take action to stop the trouble. Hello, COVID. Hello, our lovely businesses. So many people right now financially, like, struggling. Everything has just cracked open. It's almost like we're being invited to fend for ourselves again. And we haven't had this kind of opportunity in a really long time when it comes to, I guess I'm speaking in half of United States. We haven't had the opportunity of struggle like this in a long time. Sorry, I cannot speak to other countries in that way, but I will listen to Spirit and what they're saying. But this whole opportunity to right your, I don't like the word right your wrongs. They're laughing at me. I am working very diligently in setting aside the words right and wrong, because it's confusing me and the way that I want to engage with energy. So I'm asking them to approach it in a different way. So it's going to help us overcome our problems, right? So it's giving us the opportunity to see how we create our own problems. So even if we think that something else happened and we want to place the blame externally, really it's the perspective, which is in our own hands, that we need to shift to then allow our life to have more ease. Whew. Shannon says the tower is change of perspective, beliefs is just total change. What would you say if it's upside down? Or else, like, I'm freaking out, the upside down tower. It just really applies to 2 of my friends, giving them the info ASAP. Oh my God, that's so cool. It's a discomfort with change, says Shannon. The tower, the principles. Love it when this jumps. The principle of restoration, renovation, destructuring old forms, and awakening, says Amora. This is where we're going. See if I can catch back up with a thread. Shelley says, I've been able to channel my guides the last 4 months, and it's been awesome and overwhelming at the same time. I mean, I can imagine. So now that we have all this change that we're doing on our plates, and we're coming at it from a new place of stability, we then have the King of Cups. Anybody want to share on that one? If you play with the tarot and you have a relationship to the tarot, I want to hear about it. Shannon's reminding us that the be kind to yourself is the tenderness, as change, the tower, is feeling uncomfortable. It's really uncomfortable right now. It's super vulnerable. You know, it's almost like being taken out of the ocean and then laid out in the desert and going, okay, show us what you can do. Survive. It's like, wait, what? We just didn't have any idea that we were in the ocean or that there was another environment that we could even thrive in. So we are going to do it. Upside down, Amora says, simply represents something needing to be, not yet integrated. Oh, I like that viewpoint. Yes. Upside down, Shannon said, is discomfort. Be tender with yourself, as the pace might not be, may be too fast or too slow for you to go within. Barrett says, the King of Cups is me, a Gemini. Wendy Nielsen says, I just want to live. I know you're working a lot with your body and with your life. The King of Cups, Mary says he keeps his emotions to himself. To get him fast and furious, sometimes impulse buys. King of Cups, the master of emotions, does not let his emotions control his reactions and his decisions, etc. That's exactly how I see him. Feels like a path adjustment, says Artful Shelley. Yeah. I've worked with angel oracles, just bought my first deck of tarot. Yay! Shannon, Amora is saying, I got the first one mixed up, as each deck sees them differently. The Knight, the Prince, the Discs, the Pentacles is actually the architect, designer, builder of new worlds. Yes, also mastery of the body. But the Cups is all about emotions. And the King, the ruler, is the one who's going to govern it. But extremely friendly, outgoing, emotionally balanced, considerate of others, responsible, which the Pentacle page is actually a really responsible guy as well. Others can count on him, gives wise advice when asked. This man is in a position of authority and has the respect of many. In love, he is giving and he is trustworthy. So as we're going in a group, Luminaires, from restructuring our stability and valuing what's important, sitting with the change and the uncomfort, seeing that it's us, our perspective that needs to shift. So these devastating things that are happening around us, financial turmoil, businesses closing, all of these things that we can see as terrifying, suffering, and negative are because of the way that you're judging them. We can easily look at them. I know that was a big statement, but please work with me. We can easily look at them and say, oh, here are some opportunities. Though I may not like them and I may not have manifested them consciously, they are occurring and happening to me because of these shifts that I need to be working on. So staying with that change, the shift, being uncomfortable, and then coming into the King of Cups, the abundance of emotions and being able to work with them to be a governor of your emotions. It is an awesome layout, Luminaires. This is where we're headed. This is what is going on. Tammy Miller goes, I know zero about tarot, but my dowsing says I need to get into it. I love that you're communicating with your dowsing rods. Go for it. Shannon says, Shannon Carswell, can you connect your chakra system to these cards? The colors of the cards always stand out to me and make me think of chakra colors. Sometimes the chakras were certain colors too. Yeah, we could. I mean, you could, because everything is color coded that way. I would say the suits kind of resonate more in the tarot towards chakras. Like when we look at our heart center and our sacral center, they're very emotional. And so those would go well with cups. And I am certain somebody has put that together. Thank you, Craig. Let's see. Chakra Wisdom Tarot is a great deck that is colored by chakra. There you have it. Megan has posted it for you. So you can head over there. I love referrals, guys. When you share information, we're all teachers here. This is how we're getting it together. JJ Lady is like, I need a path in order to change many things lately. Really? So it's interesting. The path of change can simply be the kindness that we show in and on ourselves. So speaking personally, even though I've been in the world of spirit since I was born, seeing energies, communicating with them, thinking that everybody else just did it this way, growing up and realizing it wasn't. It's a little odd. But even living in it for the last 30 years, making it a career, I still have voices that come into my head and tell me that I am lesser than, and that I am not worthy, and that I'm an imposter, and that what I do is fake or false. I'm not sharing this to get any praise. It's not like that. I'm sharing just so that you know where I'm coming from with the point is that even though we can look back and see all the work that we've done or see where we've gotten or maybe enjoy it, it doesn't mean that we absolutely 100% close a vibration off or down. In my world, the way that I describe it for myself is that when we're out there engaging in any kind of energy, it's everything in moderation. To use absolute words, always, never, 100%, zero, to me, I have not seen that be truthful when it comes to energy, only because every vibration out there is valuable. I know even the hard stuff, the stuff we just can't wrap our heads around, it is a valuable vibration and energy. So somehow, when my head jumps back in and tells me what, I don't know, an imposter, or how I'm not doing my best, that maybe I was too sleepy, so why did I come in and do this live stream? Something like that. Nags on me, that somehow it is contributing vibrationally to what I'm needing in that moment, even though I'm not consciously aware of it. But I need to be consciously aware of it to say that I don't want to have the thought anymore, and that I'm not interested in listening to it because it's not consciously helping me. But just that one sentence contributed, and maybe it was to reinforce and give me time to practice my boundaries, because maybe I had laid them down and forgot that I enjoy only accepting that certain kind of vibration that builds my light rather than tears it down. So my little thought came back. I acknowledged it and I laid it to rest and I carried on. So absolutes don't really resonate with energy. Fluid, everything in moderation. We're going to find our way with it, like surfing. Tammy sharing, she douses every day. She loves it since Maitland came to help her with her yeses and her nos. That stuff is so much fun, isn't it? Yay! Oh, Megan is sharing more about the tarot deck. It's a deck, Tori Hartman. By the way, if anybody is interested, she said, I collected tarot and oracle cards. So She goes, typical Cancer rising. I'm sure that's really funny, but I don't know too much about astrology to giggle with you, but I love your ha-has. Andrea, general question. Hit me. Does spirit directly manipulate tarot cards and pendulums, or is it our own energy at play? I would say it is a 50-50. But what I've noticed, and not just with tarot, so I'm going to say with spiritual tools, ruins, pendulums, dowsing rods, tarot, anything that you're laying out, two things, actually three things happen. If the person is so, can we call them spirit scared? Is that a term we can use? Just spirit scared. Like I'm open to spirit, but I'm just so like, if they come near me, I get really freaked out or I get really excited and I shut down. That's what I mean by spirit scared. It's like when they hear their name called from a disembodied source, they go, oh my God, and they shut down instead of, hello, are you calling me, instead of opening up. So when I see spirit scared working with tarot or any other kind of tools, their energy is pretty much on lockdown. So spirit will use their energy to highlight which card feels sticky or which one's going to be flipped over or to continue shuffling. So for that, it's kind of not really the spirit's energy is touching the tool per se, but the spirit is in the orbit or the energy field of the person, feeding suggestions that the person is sensitive to and is translating it kind of like an undercurrent, what we might call subconscious, and is still shuffling and still shuffling instead of stopping and then laying out the cards. For people, I've noticed some that are wide open. They're like not spirit scared at all. They're like, come on, man. But they're very much in control. I'm doing this. This is great. I'm calling them in. Come on, angels. Come on, Michael. Come on, Metatron. Come on. I'm learning angel names now. Come on, everybody. We're going to do this. So they're in control. They're not doing this wide open relinquish. They're very much in control and engaged and super excited. And spirit is moving through them. And now spirit and the person are working with the tool, the cards. They're not just applying suggestions, they're working with the energy because the conversation is open. Now, for the person who's like, I surrender everything, I'm stepping back, I'm going to let spirit just totally give me this message. It's not about me. I don't want it to be about me. And you go into maybe a trance or a deep meditation, and then you start working with the tools, then it is spirit using your energy, kind of like if you were to skim a stone or go skimboarding, you're just right on the surface, but you're using it as a surface to create energy, to create a response. So spirit is using the energy of the person, but really is the soul one manipulating the tool. So that was kind of a long talk, but I really like the question. This is fun. Yes. Oh, Wandering Heights, thank you very much. I enjoy sharing vulnerably. It took me a long time to get here to be so open. So it's refreshing. Because I often think of, man, if somebody would have just provided that for me when I was growing and didn't make this such a mysterious, private thing, I might have grown into different ways. I'm hoping it's helpful and that it inspires you to turn around and share your truth with the next person. I just read something and it just scrolled away, but it was so funny. Something about the fork. So Shannon Carswell, the other morning, I was woken up to someone telling me, I've received your message, but I'm not sure who that was. And it was so clear as if someone was right next to me. Talk about coming out of some astral projection dream state, huh? They received your message. Just be confident and comfortable. It arrived. If it's you, subconsciously or consciously, they're going to be advocating for your needs. So you're good to go, Shannon. But isn't that a trip to get that information? It's awesome. Amber, has Grace been helping me? Hi, Amber Steggles. Has Grace been helping me? I've been sensing her around, seeing signs. I guess I just wanted the validation. Grace is saying a I wanted to say a big, astounding yes. And then I heard her laughing. She doesn't have a big bellowing voice at all, but she does say yes. She has been helping. She enjoys helping the Luminaires, she says. So whoever is reaching out and calling on her, she is very much going to be present with you. Grace is really wonderful at getting guidance, information, linking you back to kind of the purpose of why things are occurring. So it's like having a private tutor, a spiritual tutor in your pocket when you're speaking with Grace. Maitland tends to have this very strong giggle laughter approach, which I think wakes us up, desensitizes us from, not desensitizes, but just separates us from the tension and the expectation of when we're doing the work, because we're often trained to be a good student and be very present. So Maitland's approach is to get you out of that mindset and get you into having some fun. Shelly Hale, thank you so much. She says, I love these Fridays. Your light just lifts my spirits. You are so welcome, Shelly. Thank you for welcoming me into your home, into your spiritual journey. And Shelly, thank you for being in class. I love having you in class. We do these Learn It Live classes on Friday, 30 minutes, $10. Today we did 639 hertz healing, which is not my favorite. I'll just say that. But we did talk a lot about that healing frequency. And then we did 4 red stones in 30 minutes, talking about their benefits, talking about how they affect us emotionally and how we can use them to manifest. And we've gone through most of the colors. We have light blue, pink left, and a few more solfeggio scale notes left, or frequencies. So I'm excited. Amora says, if you're taking questions, I'm just kind of floating around for a little bit. And she says, I just became eligible for the vaccine. Do you think my body would be okay with it, or should I get it? So I like the vaccine questions. I definitely am not steering clear of them, because I had my own as a spiritualist, and I'm sensitive. I have a lot of allergies. I have a lot of reactions, and my children did as well, even to the vaccines when they were little. So it was something to be on high alert. And my first reaction was like, oh my God, I can't and I won't. Then I sat down in meditation and I said, it's possible, but it's going to be years away because of my health and my age frame. It's not going to be offered to me. And then I researched. And what I do, and I'm hoping you guys find this useful, is you get the ingredients. You can get online and print Pfizer, Moderna, is that how you say it? Johnson & Johnson. And you can print out what is actually in the vaccine. And you can go to a kinesiologist. You can do kinesiology with yourself, doing the OK method. You can do dowsing rods, yes and no's. And what I do is I look at every ingredient and I test it. If it's strong, I go, great, my body's going to work well with it. If it's slightly weak, then I do a percentage. And then I ask, is it an immediate response? Is it a week, 2-week response? Is it something that I recover from? Is it something that my body can work with? Or is it going to work against? Yes and no questions all the way through. So I got through the Pfizer ingredients is the one I ended up picking. And it's the one I ended up actually taking. I've had the first shot. I tell you, I was sweating. I was in meditation. And the nurse looked at me like, honey, she goes, baby, are you okay? I was like, yeah, I'm okay. I'm sweating. Because vaccine, just the name of it, gives me a gut reaction because of what I've been through as a mom to my kids. But this did not show that same reaction to me. So I had to take it as an individual case. And then I tested it for long-term effects, going a year out, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years. And then if something was weak, then I would say, is it repairable? Is there something else that's coming to match with it? So just get really calm and use your natural intuitive abilities. And if you don't feel strong enough to do that because you're too nervous or worried, then sit with a kinesiologist. It's their job, it's what they do. It's a beautiful way of working with the higher intelligence of your physical body, and it'll give you a peace of mind. So you might find that one doesn't work well, one does, and then you get to make an intelligent decision. So, with that long announcement, Amora, what I'm hearing from Maitland is that your body would not reject it and your body would receive it well. There'd be minimal short term side effects, like maybe tiredness, but I don't see any long term effect wrestling with your body. And if it's something that resonates with you, then you get to sit down and make the decision for yourself. Nigma9TV says, Hi, Jamie. I enjoyed the last Learn It Live and cannot wait for the one coming up. Oh, with Grace and Maitland. That was Coach Lover. Coach Lover, I can't believe you're here. Hi. It's good to see you. But I was wanting to read Thank You to Grace. Oh, for the FEE, for the fee. I'm amazed how much of a shift in thinking it's been for me when you're talking about receiving money for the services that you do, which is a fee, which is a fair energy exchange. Money is a vibration, money is energy. We talk about everything is energy, and then all of a sudden, when we start talking about money, there's this visceral reaction because of maybe a past experience. Same thing I was just saying about the vaccine. It's a visceral reaction, even when I say the word, but it doesn't necessarily carry over true to the experience I'm about to have because it's brand new. Every moment you're having is brand new. And I know because I am this way, would really like to rely on past experiences to guide us for future ones. But every future moment is brand spanking new, guys. Brand new. So we get an opportunity to adjust to it. It's pretty crazy. KDP says, the FEE loved those 2 episodes on the LSN that were recently released. Yay! I love that you're watching the Lighter Side Network over on YouTube. We're releasing, I think we're going to have close to 500 episodes, at least over 400, that we're going to start trickling out and making a home here on YouTube. Hi, YouTube. Love you. Thank you. So JM, I feel like somebody's poking me in my Jedi Master heart. JM says, hi. Can I ask how the AstraZeneca vaccine has affected my vibration and your physical body, right? Please and thank you. Hey, JM. So muscle testing is really nice. Again, if you're too nervous to do it for your own, then it's not going to be so easy. But take your hands, make OK symbol. Some of you make OK symbols with your middle finger. I do it with my pointer. You want to apply enough pressure to the pointer and the thumb where you're not squeezing it and the blood is like out of the tips of your fingers, but just enough pressure to provide touch. Link your fingers. A sturdy pull. You feel the strength in your grip. You say something truthful. My name is Jamie. Pretty good. Keeping the same tension and same amount of pull. My name is Amy. And it breaks. My name is not Amy. So close though. It's Jamie. I was testing it again. And so you can do this. So JM, you can point to yourself and say, JM, is my body healthy receiving this vaccine? Okay. It's showing strong. There was a little bit of a break, so we break it down. Is it an initial response to this vaccine that my body is working with? Yes or yes. Okay. Is there anything that I can do to help my body process this vaccine? Yes. I want to ask, are there long-term effects to this vaccine for JM? Are there long-term effects? No. There's no long-term effects. Long-term effects physically from this. Long-term effects physically for JM. No. Okay. I don't know why I look up. I always like imagine JM is there and that's who we're talking to. So silly. I know you're here. Okay, so let's look at what you can do right now. But I hear them in my head, so it's so much easy. I'm like laughing and swallowing wrong. I hear that more water. Please stay as hydrated as possible. Even if you want to look at juices, like a green juice, alkaline, making sure that your system is more alkaline right now in a pH balance, not forever. It just helps the body absorb. And if you want, please try a little dry brushing. And dry brushing is a soft brush that you use on the surface of your skin, following your lymphatic system, helping it and boosting its ability to move those free radicals and those toxins out from your skin and getting it to work a little bit better and healthier. It was a good question. Thank you. Kiara, I love the lighter side show. Yay. Thank you. I'm loving that you love it. Adrian says, wow, that's so cool. Cool. I'd love to see you do some muscle testing. Or, you can do your dowsing rods. Anything simple, yes and no. Another easy way is if you're sitting down or standing. So if you're standing, stand on 2 feet, not one. If you have one leg, stand on one leg. Find your balance between your toes and your heels. It's the fulcrum. Do the same if you're sitting. So try not to curve your back so much. Sit down, find your forward and back balance. Get right in the middle. And then you can ask the question, like right now, I am in a detoxing system. So let's say, is coconut good for me to eat? No, pushing me back. I've actually shown allergic to coconut. And like 5 million other things I'm allergic to right now. We're going to heal that. Can I eat rice? It's a slow forward. It's so slow. You can barely see it. It's like creep. So you can do yes and no this way too. If this has you too mind boggled because you're like, I don't know if I'm squeezing harder or pulling harder, you can do the fall forward and fall back. The trick to all of this is asking the yes and no question. Alex! Alexa says, Grace is helping me write a course description, and I could hear her accent and her calm pace of speech. Isn't it beautiful? That's how she helped me write my book. This is so wonderful. I could hear her. Okay. I asked Maitland to help me with my kids and keep my dog Dahlia company when I'm not home. I love hearing this. She is so insightful. It's crazy good. Jocelyn, hi. Big hearts to you. It's so good to see you here. Stacy's asking, she goes, hi, loves. Will red blue light therapy help heal my mom's tunneling bed sore from hospital stay? Obviously following the wound clinic care guidelines as well. A tunneling bed sore. Oh my gosh, I don't know what that is. But there is laser lights, even red light would work really well for skin tones, and especially green light. So I would look at those 2 vibrations. And then, of course, energy healing. With skin is so responsive. It's amazing. Like if you've worked with wounds, burns, and especially those that are deeper and just don't resolve quickly, using Reiki, pranic healing, hands-on healing, prayer, amazing. So I would say immediately, Stacy, go for that, and then you can do some light healing on it as well, like chromotherapy with light, red and green. This is so cool. Kiara, I'm squeezing you from Atlanta, Georgia right now. She's like, wow, Jamie, I will become as good as teaching as you do. Such an inspiration. You are such a hoot. I love teaching. Thanks for letting me be here and do this. Like, KL. My father has Parkinson's. He's now on molecular hydrogen treatment. His improvement is amazing. Have you heard of this treatment? I have not heard of this treatment. Thank you so much for posting it. I look forward to hearing more about it. What I hear is that your father is getting what he needs to heal. Other things like enzymes and certain proteins, I hear are a really good pairing. Kind of like the protein found in coconut. Surprisingly, coconut was what I use because I'm allergic to it now. But like his body wants more hydration and saturation. So look at hydrating fruits, waters to pair along with this. But I hear this is going to extend and be extremely helpful. And I know you're not asking, but KL, I hear that there is not a lot of side effects. And I think maybe that thirst or that hydration in his body might be some of the side effects of doing the treatment. But I'm pretty pumped. He's on to something. You guys found something. No, I so love giving good news. Positive Angel. Hey, catching you live for the first time. Positive Angel, hi. Lots of love to you and all. The extra love. Oh, to Maitland. I love her energy so much. Ooh, you got it. She's going to be sitting with you for a little while. Catherine Sackman, so glad to see you here. Your energy makes me smile. Just wondering if my spirit guides are Gia or Gia and Farland. I was told this by another psychic. Thank you for making my day and my Friday a little bit brighter. Hey, Catherine. I see that you have more than two. I can easily see 5 that are sitting around you. The Gia or the GIA name, I'm getting a hit of yes, that aligns. The Farland sounds right, but I feel like it's mispronounced. Is that the way that you would spell it, the way that it was said? I think there's a few letters missing. If it's a Fralin or a Frolin, it's so close though. But yes, the answer would be yes. I wouldn't necessarily get hung up on the names. That goes with us being alive as well. When you forget people's names, don't worry, don't get hung up on that. But because you're with the person, the personality and the relationship is the most valuable thing. So in trance channeling series, we're approaching class 10 out of 16 classes, and I'm going to put down in that class a list of questions to ask spirit when you first engage with them that are non-threatening, that are non-violent, to hold an equal valuable space. Because I recognize sometimes when we jump in and go, what's my spirit's name? I need to know their name. And you wrestle with their name so much that no longer is there time for the message, or you now then feel doubting of who you're with. And then possibly you heard it slightly off the first time and you came back around and you're like, are you blah, blah, blah? And they're like, no, I'm such and such. And you're like, so are you a new person? So are you and we get really locked into namesakes and name. I would ask a more accurate way to communicate and to use your subtle light energy, your psychic abilities, is to super get attuned to how you feel. What are you feeling? So when you're engaging with spirit, how does it feel to be with that entity, that guide, that angel, that family member? What sensations are happening here? Because that can be replicated the same each and every time. Whereas our ears might be slightly off, our eyes might be slightly off, but touch, I think that is the most accurate ability that we have. For goodness, guys, we are coming down to it. You guys are awesome. I've really enjoyed being here with you guys. I already know how grateful I am. Each and every one of you in the Luminaires community, whoever has orbited, come in just once to a class, just laid their eyes once onto a video or recording, I want you to know that I hold you in the highest respect and esteem, giving out love, ease of life. I encourage you, choose happiness. It takes a choice. It doesn't come naturally. You got to slow down and look at what's happening. And if you're not enjoying it, approach it from a different angle. You're in control. I know you got this. And if you enjoy any of this, being in the Luminaire community, all these talks, please like, subscribe, share with a friend, hit the notification bell so you know when we're live, which we try to be live on Fridays at 1 o'clock here on YouTube. But sometimes we pop up in other areas. I'm just so grateful for all of this so much. Have a beautiful rest of your day. Remember, this is not woo-woo. This is true. Bye, Loomies. Bye.